Hey guys, it's Hollywood. I'm back again. Another video. Um, so I haven't recorded anything for you in a while. My basement got flooded, so I haven't really had any place to record. Plus the finals and whatever. So I've been busy pretty much. But I've got some time now to talk, so we're gonna do all that now. So today, what I want to do is talk about street performing. Now, if you've been keeping up, I started performing in doing street performances in Central Park and whatnot. You can see on the channel I've been, um, just doing my thing. And I figured since I've now basically become a certified street performer, I would just talk a little bit about a few things I've learned. So, yeah, just a few things I learned about being a street performer. Um, First thing I learned, finding a good place to perform. Now, the first time I tried performing, I tried going up to the garden, and as you can imagine, that did not go well. I got kicked out after about 30 minutes for being too loud, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, it sucked because now I had no place to go. So I ended up just walking around until I just ended up at Rockefeller Center and just doing it, which is not a good place either. And you know, I ended up figuring out Central Park was the best place to perform, especially with the area where I perform. The buses kind of cover me up, so the cops don't really bother me because they can't see me. Um, but yeah, that would be the first thing to do is finding a good place to perform. Now, like I said, a lot of that's just trial and error, just figuring out where the best place to go is. I've heard that you have to get a permit to perform. I haven't had that problem yet. Cops don't. The few times that I have seen cops around, they don't really bother me very much. Actually, when I got kicked out of the garden, um, the guy that kicked me out. Sorry, hold on. The guy that kicked me out was a security guard there, so and the cops were there too. And they didn't care at all for what I was doing. So I don't know. Maybe it's just being in Midtown or whatever. Um, you know, I guess depending where you go, the cops don't really either care. The cops either care a lot or they just don't care at all. And yeah, just figure out because I ain't paying $25 for a permit to play. I just move around, figure out where the best place to play is, and that's fine. Also, Rockefeller Center, I didn't really get any problems there either, but that's just it's just a thing. I gotta fix this. I got a new camera stand actually. To when I decided to start performing, I decided to get a camera stand so I could record myself. It's good, but this thing's a bit lopsided, so you just have to bear with it while I'm gonna try and figure this thing out. Hold on. There we go. That'll do it. Second thing I learned, set list. I like to I like to mix some originals and covers in there. I don't really rehearse. That's not really a flex. I just don't really have the time to rehearse it all, so I just go and do my thing. I know a lot of songs, so it's not really a problem for me to have to like rehearse everything and just go with it. I just play what I feel like playing, and that pretty much does fine for me. Um, but it's good to have like to play stuff that people will recognize. Like I play some Black Sabbath stuff in my set list in my during my performances, and people tend to respond to that the most. Um, what else do people respond to? Oh, Ozzy. So, yeah, Ozzy, Black Sabbath stuff. People seem to tend to respond a lot to that stuff when you perform. So, yeah, if you're looking to start doing that stuff, Ozzy and Black Sabbath seems to be the way to go. Um, like I said, playing originals too. I just like to do that. Um, but yeah, as far as rehearsing stuff, I don't really rehearse, but I do make sure that I know what I'm doing when I play. You know, if I can't play a whole song properly all the way through, we're just not performing any of that stuff. Because, I perform what you don't know. Unless you can improvise, of course. Which is also good. Third thing. The third thing that. Good gear. My guitars are good for performing, as you can imagine, but really, what you need is a good amp. Now, I have performed with two different amps. This EVH mini amp and this Fender mini amp, and neither of them work. Neither of them things work for the sets because they're just not built for that kind of stuff. The battery is not powerful enough. When you perform, it's not about how loud you are, it's about how much endurance your amp has. Now, the Fender amp, it did fine for a little bit for our tree shows. I think all the shows that sorry. All the shows that I recorded are up on YouTube or with the Fender amp. And you can see with the last one that I did, the amp just started getting fucked. So obviously there's a bit more stuff I have to work on than I gotta work on with that. But you need a good amp, a powerful amp, one that can last for a very long time. And I know what kind of amp you gotta find to do all that, but whatever it is, it can't be a mini amp. Mini amps do not work. Do not work for them types of things. Maybe for a little bit, but eventually it'll just crap out. Like this amp here, this EVH mini amp, we can't use this one no more. Right? It's just done. It's completely whacked out. I don't know what happened to this thing, but it's just done. And yeah. So either make it a better amp or you just stop, which I'm not gonna do that. Honestly, when I started performing, I was like really nervous. That's something else, actually. If you got nerves and stuff, I was pretty nervous when I started doing this stuff. And one of the things I decided to do was wearing sunglasses because it's like a little barrier. Sunglasses help a lot. I haven't tried liquor yet, but maybe that'll help. But in all seriousness, the sunglasses help if you're nervous. I heard Slotch uses sunglasses because he's nervous but with performing and just being around people, I guess. So he just wore the sunglasses to kind of help put that barrier in front of him, which is what I decided to do, and it helps a lot actually. Having the sunglasses in my face, and wearing the sunglasses, it helps to put that distance between us. I don't think I could do this if I didn't have the sunglasses on me. I think that the sunglasses just help with putting that distance between you and the other person. And being in New York, When people don't really care actually. Even like the cops, like I said previously, the cops. No one gives a fuck about what you're doing. You know, I've seen some wild shit on in New York. A lot of homeless people, lots of things on the subway and whatnot. So I mean, I had a conversation with a crackhead once. So that should tell you the kinds of things I see in the city every day. But yeah, people just don't care that much. People are really people. When I started, one of the things I was worried about was getting heckled off the street, which maybe is a bit silly, but I was really worried about that. And pretty soon I came to realize that no one gives a fuck about what you're doing. Most people are just gonna walk on by, and the few people that do stop by are actually just interested in what you're doing. Um, I think that security guard is probably the only guy that ever made me feel like that what I was doing wasn't cool or whatever. But other than that, nobody really gives a fuck. No one cares that you're performing in front of them. No one cares about the fact that you're making all that noise unless you're like in a business. If you're playing in front of some business or whatever, but no one cares. No one really gives a fuck that much, so. Plus, it's also a good way to just start. Like, I don't have any band or whatever, so this is basically the only way that I can really just start performing. So I've just been itching to, like, get out there already. So this is a good start. And, I recommend it if you're interested in, like, if you're interested in playing live or whatever. This is a good start. You just gotta figure out how to navigate yourself properly. And yeah, that's basically about it. So I'll just go now. See ya.